What is going on, guys? Luke here today to address all the talk around a market crash or correction or whatever the heck is going on out there. Depending upon who you ask, there is chaos, blood in the streets, and yes, a very ugly end to a rough week last week. But I have to be honest, this could be the start of something much bigger, much more dangerous, but also very necessary in the long run. But never fear, I'm the one they call when things go wrong. And I will give you 5 things you must do right now to not only survive a market downturn, but thrive in it and be in complete control of your destiny and make huge money from it all in the end. So let's get started. Wait for it. Let's see how the video does if I do it right now. Welcome back, everyone. In this video, we will cover what is going on in the market. And I will also give you the 5 things you must do right now to be ready if a crash has started so you can survive and thrive. So if you're new here, yes, that's right, I do wear my shades in the dark. And guess what? It's just for fun. There's no reason why we cannot have fun and make big money. So like the video if you like the new setup and because it does really help the channel. And let's dive into this. What is going on in the market? Now let me be very clear here on what I'm saying and why I'm saying it. I am very pleased to see this market pull back. As a guy who has been in the stock market for over 2 decades, this really was starting to look like the tech bubble in, 1999 or 2000 or so. And we can debate all we want about valuations and how to value a stock and all of that. But here are the facts about the market and valuations. Yes, the stock market prices in future projections of a stock. But no, the stock market does not normally price in 5 years worth of projections into a stock. Yes, it's different with growth stocks and speculative stocks, but even old boring stocks are trading real frothy right now. 6 months to a year out at the max is what is normal. Anything beyond that is simply speculating. And speculating is the same as gambling, so you might as well go to Vegas. And if you were one of those suckers that thinks you can beat the house, good luck. Vegas isn't built on winners. So yes, the market is pulling back, but I can assure you no one, including the Fed, wants to see the market to continue to run this hot for another 6 months. Why, you may ask? Isn't it going up forever a good thing? Well, let's look back at the NASDAQ real quick after the tech bubble popped. It took the NASDAQ more than a decade to recover. More than a decade. I'm patient, but do any of us want to wait 15 years to reach those levels again? So a pullback is welcome, and I think it is necessary to control the froth on some stocks and to further weed out the bad stocks. And by default, it'll also weed out investors who are in the market speculating instead of investing. But I want you guys to be in complete control and be prepared. The 5 things you must do right now to be prepared if a crash has started. So now on to the good stuff. The things you must do to be ready for a crash, and if you follow these, you will not only survive whatever the market throws at you, but you will also be in control and thrive no matter what happens. I will list these in ascending order, or is it descending order? I really don't know now that I think about it. Anyways, it will go from least important to the most important, but they're all actually important and work in tandem together, so just do them all. And that still doesn't sound right, whatever, sorry. Now that I've totally messed that all up, on to number 1. And as always, this is for entertainment purposes only. Do not listen to me. So the first thing you must do right now is stay away from speculative bets. The time to speculate, which I only do with about 1 to 2% of my portfolio at the max, is when the market is just starting to get a little frothy or just before that point, not when it's at maximum froth. And we are close or at maximum froth. So when the market corrects, yes, everyone gets hammered, but speculative stocks get hit the hardest and the most. If you have a big chunk of change and are looking for safety, Do you go with a company like Apple who has tons of cash and whose products are pretty much ingrained in people? Or do you go with a company that loses money every quarter, isn't established, and even during good times, still might not make it? Trust me, you do not want to be left holding the bag on some of the companies if the market corrects or crashes. The second thing you want to do is get your cash ready. We talk about it a lot on this channel, but when a crash happens, it hurts. But you should also be really excited because it's time to go discount shopping. Fortunes are made during the downturns by picking up great stocks at significant discounts. I mean, would you rather buy a junk car during a market peak, or would you rather buy a Tesla for the same price as that junk car during a market crash? Which one makes for a better purchase? The same thing applies for stocks. This will be the time to make some huge gains in the long run. If you bought Tesla in March at $75 per share or so, how do you feel right now? I think you're feeling pretty good. And even if Tesla falls 50%, you are still way ahead. But you cannot take advantage of those deals without cash. I always keep a minimum of 10% cash at all times. And when the market gets hot like it has been the past few months, my cash tends to actually go up as I don't invest as much. And if you don't have a strong cash position or any cash position, start building one. Live below your means. Get a side hustle or two. Sell a lot of your stuff on eBay. I mean, I barely watch TV, and outside of social media for the channel, I have no social media. I would much rather be building up my cash reserves and my investments rather than watching the latest Netflix show or following others on social media. Am I missing out on some great shows and keeping up with all my friends? Absolutely. But guess what I'm not going to miss out on? Some of the awesome deals that will come if the market crashes. The third thing you need to do right now, know exactly what stocks you want to buy. Having cash is great, but you also have to know what stocks you want to buy specifically. It does you no good to have all of this cash, have the market crash, and then try to figure out what stocks you want to buy amid all the chaos. And guess what? This crazy environment has shown you who the real winners are. And I'm not talking about run-ups in stock price. If you judge strictly by that, you will make mistakes, as there is a lot of very bad stocks making people a lot of money right now. I'm actually talking about earnings and revenue during a pandemic. When you have companies like Apple or Amazon having record profits and earnings during a pandemic, you know they are here to stay and they are the best of the best. And those are just two easy examples. There are tons of companies out there that have proven themselves during this whole, illness thing. And there are lots of pretenders thanks to all the free money floating around. So let the earnings calls be your guide on what the real companies are and who the pretenders are. And a quick warning. You do have some companies who are set up to thrive during this whole illness thing, but will struggle when it's all over. So make sure you don't just look back to the last 2 quarters, but look back a year or two and see what they were doing before and during all this. So now you know which companies to buy, but what's next? That would be you need to have your price targets set. You need to study and figure out where you are comfortable buying stocks at. Set a price target. When a stock gets to my price target, I will buy some, and if it continues to go down, I will buy more. The one thing you have to understand about all of this, and let me be very clear, you cannot accurately time the market. It doesn't matter who you are, the greatest investors ever all agree it just cannot be done. So when I buy, I know I'm probably guessing the bottom completely wrong, and I will lose some money on paper in the short term. But these are long-term buys, and I never go all in on any investment anyways. If I'm picking great companies and the price goes lower by 20% from where I bought, I get even more excited because I just got an even greater discount. Sure, I, lost money, but I'm looking 5 years out. So I just got an opportunity to make even more money. If you don't set those price targets now, you will always find a reason to not buy. And you will watch it go down and never pull the trigger because, it will just go down more tomorrow. And then the stock will move back up, and you will then think you missed it, and it's too late. So you end up missing the party altogether. And finally, the last thing you need to do right now today, have your plan locked, loaded, and ready to go. You guys knew I was going to say this, and I beat this up all the time on this channel, but it's because it is so important and critical to your success. You cannot control your destiny if you do not have a plan. All the previous points I just made are part of building a plan for a crash, but they should also be feeding your larger plan for your life. You need to know what you are going to do with the stocks you currently own. If the market drops a ton or never drops, know what you want to do. How will you react to your portfolio losing half of its value? Make those decisions right now on all of that, so when the time comes, you won't FOMO the other way and panic sell if it does drop 50%. You need to know your end goal with all this. Why are you investing overall? Why do all of this if you don't know where you're going? This is all critical to wealth building, and hopefully you view a crash like I do as an opportunity to make huge gains on your wealth building journey. So those are the 5 things you need to do right now to prepare for a crash if it ever comes. And if you don't know how to create a plan, set defined goals, how to analyze a stock and build real wealth, check out the first link in the description where I will teach you my method for all those things. And you get to work with me as a bonus. And maybe that's not a bonus for some of you. The special price of $199 only lasts through tonight, Monday, the 7th of September. So Tuesday, the 8th of September, it will be $299. And that is still better than virtually every other program out there. But saving money is saving money, so do it now if you're interested. And please keep leaving me all the feedback about the set down in the comments, and also let me know more about what you want to hear about real estate specifically. I got a ton of people saying that they want information on that, but let me know specifically what you want. When we talk about house flipping, long-term buy and hold, when we talk about house hacking, whatever it is, leave that down in the comments and I'll kind of tally that all up and see what I can work into all this. And don't forget to sign up for Webull if you want a free stock, and show your support for the channel by liking the video. And follow me on all the social medias I have so you can watch me epically fail on all of those. Thanks.